Okay, I'm demonstrating how to factor a trinomial when the first coefficient is not 1. I have a factored form right here, and then I've FOILed it out right here. And the idea is I want to be able to hide this, go back and factor this thing, and then make sure we actually got it right by revealing that later. So the first thing I do, rather than using a guess and check method to solve these, is I like to use a more specific method. I'm going to take the first and the last coefficients. I'll ignore the negative sign for right now. First and last coefficients, and multiply them together, and then find all of the pairs that multiply together to get that number. Okay? That's all of them. Then I look at the sign right here. That tells me to look over in this list of possibilities and say which pair subtracts to get the middle term, the 7. Well, that'll be 3 and 10. Now, I'm going to take that 7x and split it up into 3x and 10x. Clearly, if I put plus signs in front of both of them, they won't combine to get positive 7. So somebody's going to have to be negative. In order for that to work, the 3 will have to be negative 3x, and the 10 will have to be positive. Okay? So I've taken this 7x, split it up into negative 3x and positive 10x. Now everything else just comes along for the ride here. Now, take the first two terms right here, just the first two, and factor out the biggest thing you can from both of them. That's going to be a 3x. And then write the leftovers, 5x minus 1. Okay? Now, ignore those two and look at just these two right here. Factor out the biggest thing you can from there. That will be a positive 2. What's left? 5x minus 1. Here's a great thing about this method. If this thing doesn't match this thing, then we're wrong. Okay? It turns out we're right, though, because they match. I shouldn't say we're right because they match, but we have a clue that we're right. Now, take each of these things, this term right here and this term right there, and factor out what they have in common, which is a 5x minus 1. So I'll write 5x minus 1 out in front, and then write what's left over. A 3x from this one, and a plus 2 from that one. Close the parentheses, and we should be done. Let's check and see if we're right. Yep, we're right.